Hello and welcome to Develop Supreme Mental Toughness for Sport. My name is Mark Tyrrell. To get the most from this session, you need to be lying or sitting someplace comfortable and relaxing. Before you close your eyes and relax deeply, I just want to say a few words about mental toughness. Now, it's true to say that history is littered with athletes with great natural talent and physical skill, but who somehow never really lived up to their promise. What separates two equally gifted and physically skilled sportspeople, making one world-beating and leaving the other in the shade, has always been, and always will be, mental attitude. People sometimes assume that you have to develop perfect technique or knowledge about your sport before you can work on the so-called mental game. But from my perspective, you cannot separate the mental from the physical when it comes to motor skills. Decisions, thoughts, images and feelings set up each action that you take. Developing mental toughness in sport helps keep you focused, determined, and actually improves other areas of your life too. How do you know if you really need to develop mental toughness? Well, here's some questions you can ask yourself, and think about these now. Firstly, do you perform much better in practice than during competition? Do you have a tough time performing well when others are watching you? Do you maintain many doubts about your sport before or during games? Do you feel anxious or scared when you perform in competition? Are you unsure why you play your sport or what does actually motivate you? Do you lose focus or have mental lapses during critical times of the game? Have you found you can't perform the way you did before an injury, although you're now physically 100% better? Or do you feel everything is fine, but you just want to improve your mental attitude? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then it will certainly help you to develop more focus. Having great mental toughness really means having iron-hard focus and not being distracted by extraneous thoughts, concerns, sounds, what others are doing, spectators, or even your own thoughts about how you're doing in the game. When you have iron focus, you're totally process-orientated and not outcome-orientated. When you're process-orientated, you're fully engaged in the activity without thought of consequence. But when you're outcome-orientated, you're constantly thinking of the potential result of your actions and of your potential success or failure. Put simply, if you're playing tennis in the Wimbledon final, you need to forget the fact that this is the final, forget the possible victory or loss, forget all the potential outcome, and just play tennis, the way you would play anywhere the best that you can. Of course, you've got to want to win before you start to play, but when you start to play, you need to be totally absorbed in the process of your actions. Any other thoughts or distractions effectively hook you out of the zone, out of the state of flow you need to have to maintain your fixed focus on one single activity when nothing else exists. This principle applies to any activity. If you were playing guitar to 10,000 people, you'd need to be at one with your playing. All thoughts of how you imagine you come across to others would have to disappear. In fact, you'd need to focus out all those people so that they don't even exist for you until you've finished playing the guitar. Thoughts of going into the lead or falling behind are irrelevant distractions when you truly focus on what you're doing with true grit and mental toughness. Okay, now just close your eyes, and in a few moments you can really start to relax very profoundly to the sound of my voice, and also to the spaces in between the words. And you can just think about a familiar, pleasant place in your mind. This could be inside or outside. It really doesn't matter. And as your body really starts to relax now. And as you breathe relaxation and comfort around all parts of your body right now, from the tips of your toes to the ends of your fingers, just get the sense of the colors and textures around you in a beautiful place. The kind of place that just being there makes you so relaxed and calm in every fiber and muscle of your being. That's it. And when your mind really focuses down onto something very sharply, then your consciousness becomes like a laser beam. And the narrower that focus, the stronger the laser beam becomes. And all else around is forgotten about and ceases to exist for the time being. Like a cat watching a mouse hole. There is intention behind the watching, but just now all its attention is taken up with the watching itself, and all other thoughts disappear. And in a few moments, you can really start to get a sense of immovable and dynamic focus, concentrating on a part of the body, as if that part, maybe your right or left arm, can become incredibly strong, becoming filled with amazing strength and focus, representing all the potential strength and focus of your consciousness when engaged in your sport. Really notice one part of your body, perhaps your right arm, becoming a powerful focal point for all that immovable determination, regardless of anything else around. Collecting all your awareness and extending it into that arm right now. That's good. And now you can really get the sense of the light and the air and the types of colors around you as you start to prepare to engage in your sport, in your mind, almost like a dream. And in fact, you can get the sense of all distractions and irrelevances and needless thoughts beginning to drift up and out of your mind. Really feel them leaving like a grey mist, drifting away and out of you, leaving your mind clear and laser-like, ready to focus with such power and concentrated force, only on the forthcoming process of the action required. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and really feel the intensity of your focus, right now, as you become one in your mind with the activity of your sport. And it can feel as if the activity of your sport and you are one being, and you are that activity whilst you're doing it. That's good. And at one time in your life, you learnt concepts like doing well and not doing well. And you learned to imagine how you might seem to other people around. And you had to learn those ideas. They weren't natural to begin with. And now you can forget all that and just notice that iron will and focus rising in you, magnifying what you're going to do, regardless of anything else. And this time, notice engaging in your sport with all that immense determination, like the collective mental toughness of all the greats there have ever been and ever will be, focused into one single person, which is you. That's good. Now, I want you to really get the sense that even more power and focus kicks in, just when things seemed not to be going your way. A powerful toughness you didn't know you had. That's good. And now you can just enjoy relaxing, having a sense of having played at your absolute optimum. And what does the great artist or the great musician care for applause and flattery? These things are merely byproducts of absolute strong focus and the absolute inability to ever quit. So now, just relax and rest and notice deep tranquility just circulating around you, cleansing every cell, washing through every muscle, floating through every single bone and atom of your body and mind, everything settling into deep rest and pure comfort. And every cell and atom, just so refreshed, basking in true satisfaction, and your mind and body just relax deeper now. And once again, in your mind, a kind of relaxed energy where what once seemed difficult feels supremely easy and natural to accomplish. And in a few moments, as the hands relax deeper, and each of your individual fingers relaxes deeper, and each and every toe and muscle of the foot relaxes deeper, and you can notice stepping inside of a wonderful film and being there within the film, being totally absorbed and one with your sport. Everything else drops away and disappears, and you become the activity itself. You merge with the activity of your sport right now, and notice doing that in your mind in such a refreshingly focused and amazingly easy and natural way. That's right. And now, you could be doing a particular part, particular segment, a particular area of your game, of your sport, with a new kind of ease, something you didn't know could feel quite so natural and quite so focused and easy. And just notice that in your mind right now as you relax deeper and deeper. Okay. And for now, you can just begin to drift back to the room right now, feeling so refreshed and rested. That's it. So just focus your attention on your body right now and back onto your surroundings again. Just becoming aware again. That's it. Reorientating back to your body and back to your surroundings. That's good. And now just open your eyes and come back to the room. Good. My name's Mark Tyrrell of Uncommon Knowledge. Thank you for listening, and the best of luck to you.